Hi, I'm Amy Markgraf. I'm the choreographer of the piece Finding the Center. A lot of what I do is done right in the studio. I come in with material, but then I play with it, I change it, I work with the dancers. It just kind of develops and happens, and I make decisions. I go home and change it, come back, change it. It's a real puzzle that you get to play with and work with. And then I don't know if you're ever completely happy with it, but you're constantly creating this puzzle that just starts to develop and happen, and you see the picture start to take place. And then all of a sudden it begins to form and develop, and then it magically happens and you start to see this dance appear. I've had the opportunity as a dancer to often be on stage, and so I think sometimes there is that you do this because it's on stage and you do this because, but we learn through our bodies, we experience through our bodies, we experience through our senses. And so for me, I learn so much through that kinesthetic experience. You know, the day I can't move, it's kind of scary. And I just want to always convey that sense of how lucky we are to be able to move. I always try to do something different, but it always seems to come back to that, just like I like to move, and I like to move with big groups, and I like to use the space. Finding the Center is a movement piece that's really kind of related to the music. It was also inspired by the ideas of circles and just the vision of coming through trials and kind of the idea of how life is kind of very circular. I was going through a very difficult trial in my life, and so I kind of had two ways of going. I was either going to make a piece that was very depressing and very difficult, or I was going to make something that was kind of light, and the idea of how we need community and how we need people and how we can find the optimism and the good. And so I kind of went back to things I just loved. And I just wanted it to be this kind of healing idea of how we move, and this life is just full of repetition and looking at just how we constantly revisit things. So for me, it's just kind of this vision of how we are constantly reinventing and revisiting lots of things. So that's kind of, for me, the vision of what this piece is.